What's cracking, people?
I'm Max.
And I'm Aisha.
And this is our channel.
I almost messed up. That's why the eyes got big.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in Florida.
Yes, for those of you who are thinking about relocating or just coming to visit, we have some things that maybe you should pay attention to if you're the LGBTQIA plus community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, baby, want to start off with pros?
Okay, the weather.
All right. She says the weather. I agree. The weather. Another pro is if you're actively seeking a job or a career, then this will be the place to go to, especially we are bustling in the theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
We have a bunch of restaurants, but this state thrives on tourism.
Right. So there's always jobs at the theme parks.
Absolutely. And they pay pretty good. Our going rate right now is $18.75,
Mm-hmm.
and that's without any type of training.
Okay.
All right. Another pro. I'm trying to think.
Slowed down a minute. She was like, oh, hey.
Beaches. Another pro, beaches. You can get to a beach relatively in about an hour to 3 hours, depending on your location.
Mm-hmm. If you like going to the beach.
If you like going to the beach. That's all I'm out of with the pros. I'm so sorry. The pros is very
The
fair.
weather's a big one for me because I come from a northern country where it gets really, really cold in the winter. And the winters here are very mild.
Sorry, our cat is going past my feet.
Right. The winters are very mild, very, very mild. It's kind of like it gets as cold as it does in fall in Toronto. So
Yeah.
the weather is a big, big part of a pro for me.
Our winter here lasts about 2 weeks. You might get 3 days worth of some really chilled weather.
Chilled.
That's
Not
it.
cold.
Not cold.
Chilly.
Chilled weather. I'm from Jersey, so I'm used to the temperature change. There are others who are not. I'm sorry. Say hello. This is Sparky, you guys. That's one of our cats of two. There's Sparky. If you didn't know, we got 2 cats, both from our older daughters. The one that's here in Florida and the one that's in Canada, okay? We never purchased any cats. We were just given these cats. Okay? But they are a part of our family nevertheless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Jersey once again, so I'm used to the weather changing. You'll see people here wearing coats and it's only 60 degrees, and then we try to figure out what in the world
I'm
is
still
going
in shorts.
on. Right?
And short sleeve shirts and stuff. Walking around, people looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, the weather's beautiful.
Beautiful, right. That's the only pros that I have. I'm sorry. That's the only pros that I have. Now, the cons here.
The government.
Yes, the government. Recently, if you've seen our thumbnail, that Ron DeSantis decided to sign a bill, which we deem is a don't say gay. Now, why this is a con? Because we have little ones still. We have 2 children that are still in the household and
That are still in school.
And this affects the way our household is ran in terms of schooling.
Okay, so what the bill is saying is that we cannot, or teachers or the school boards cannot discuss anything that is LGBT. Yeah, if you're someone who wants to come for a vacation or something like that, or want to come to Pride in October, just be wary. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
really like consider, you know, how to protect yourself while you're here. I'm not saying that you're going to get jumped in the street,
No, no, no. I don't
That's not-
think that.
but
I think that where years ago, or even just last year when they first opened up for Pride again, and it was a big festivity, I just think it's not like that anymore here in Orlando. I can't speak for the other states and cities. I'm just saying here in Orlando. You just have to be more cautious of what you're doing. They tearing down flags, you know, people that you normally work with is now coming out to be a little more aggressive against. And where I work at is pro-choice, you know. But the people that are in charge or ahead of you may not have that same thought,
yeah.
you know. Even with the things that's going on with my job, they used to have a bunch of Pride events. Now it's online.
Well,
Yeah.
Disney got slapped with punishment for going up against the bill, the Don't Say Gay bill.
Right. Absolutely. And they trying to take away everything from Disney, you know, just because they spoke up for us, you know. And it's just really crazy out here right now. If you want to move here, if you have children, my suggestion is don't. Just don't. Don't put yourself in that type of environment, or put your children in that type of environment so that they're prejudged or cannot be comfortable with their family, however your family looks, you know? Because they're teaching, what they're doing to me is teaching our children already how to be homophobic, you know? That the only family that is right is man and woman, you know? Because of this legislation, this bill that they passed so quickly. The other con that I have here is there's really nothing outside the amusement parks to do for the families. After you do a bunch of amusement parks or you work for one of them, then what?
Right. And I think that's for Orlando
Yeah.
mainly. But the other, like Tampa and Miami, and they're all like party towns.
I'm sorry if you hear our daughter in the background. I don't think she realized we're taping.
We're taping.
But yeah, they are party towns, and if you're 40 and over, not to say you can't get your groove on. Now,
Right.
I know that even sound old, getting your groove on, right? But that'll tell her how old we are. You know,
Right.
if you want to get, you know, whatever you want to get lit, as they say.
Or is that the whatever? I don't think that's actually
whatever
the
they're saying.
lingo
Okay,
now.
okay. Well, see, that'll tell you. If that's what you're coming to do, then come to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're looking to establish a home, if you're looking to is bring your family to another environment, accept a job, just be aware. Just be aware. If you are under the rainbow, then be aware. You know, it seems more forgiving for men to be here than it is women. And I'm not saying that as a bash or anything. I'm just speaking facts. You know, I told y'all before that we have a family under the rainbow, and one of them means that we have a male child that is gay, and there is nothing that's holding him back. But I strongly suggest you just to pay attention, you know, do some research, especially if you have a family. If you're single and you're ready to mingle, then this might be the place for you. The nightlife might be the place for you. And I'm not saying that you can't walk down the street still holding your loved one, but now it's more noticed than it ever was. Not that we don't do it, but now it's more noticed than it ever was. They look at our family like I don't know the word to say that'll be appropriate for YouTube, but they look at our family like we don't belong, that it's not normal, and some people express that just as well, you know. But from Trump and DeSantis, it seems like they have permission to do that now.
Because they do have permission to do that now. Another con, the rising rent.
Oh my God, the rising rent. Rent is going up $200 to $400 extra, and I know some people that even went up $1,000 extra.
Yeah.
You know, and the space is getting smaller, so you know you're paying premium price for bare minimum of living space. We are fortunate enough to have 1,500 square feet. Right. We are fortunate enough to have that, but we pay for that 1,500 square feet as well. But we know people that has 1,100 square feet, and they pay the same price that we pay. You know.
Yeah.
And home buying at this time, because we were in the market to buy a home, but not in this market. You're looking at a $450,000 home now being $850,000.
Yeah.
You know, not worth it. Not worth it. Square footage, the location, is just really not worth it. What's another con?
The weather.
She would say the weather.
It's
She must
hot.
say the pro is the weather and the con is the weather.
It's hot.
Because
it gets hot.
right now, today is what is it? June 16th, I believe.
Yeah, June 16th.
June 16th, and we in 95 degrees up to 105 today.
That's hot.
And we have not hit summer.
Oh my God.
And we have not hit summer.
And like
So-
I said, I'm from a northern country. This
So
is hot.
am I.
You can't peel your skin off to try to cool yourself down.
And I've been here for what, 14 years now? 14 years. Originally retired to North Carolina, so I went from cold to cold, straight to hot. Okay? I don't
It's
know.
hot.
I just don't know how to express my sadness that we are actually coming to this point where we have to be aware of. It's like we're reversing back into where you feel like you got to be in the closet or hush hush in the state of Florida. I'm not saying nowhere else. I'm saying in the state of Florida. And I don't want our children to feel like they can express their family dynamic in any setting. You know, they are loved. We love them. They love us in the same manner. Okay, they look for love and protection just like any other family from us as well.
And we're not saying that this is everyone's experience. This is our
experience, yeah. And again, we have younger children. You know, one will be 8 and the other one will be 17. So he's pretty much done for the most part, but she's coming through the school system and she's not going to understand
why she can't say.
She has 2 moms or the teacher skips over her, you know, because it started at the end of the year. You know, teachers stopped calling on her. One particular teacher stopped calling on her to discuss what she did for the vacation or the break or so on and so forth because she has 2 moms. And it's sad. We just wanted to jump on here really quickly and tell y'all about the pros and the cons of living in Florida so you can make an educated decision or just visiting, you know. Come visit, enjoy yourself, but just understand.
Be careful.
Yeah, bottom line. All right? Talk to you soon.
Step 3, yo. Step 3. Grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4.